Yeah, the post-mobile era is an interesting term. It freaks people out because they think, wait a minute, I'm still getting my hands on mobile and it's over? No, not at all. We use the term post-mobile to talk about a new era where, inspired by mobile, we are bringing together all the buckets of media. So we've divided our businesses into TV and digital and mobile, and we need to knock down some of those walls. And mobile inspired that because mobile was very good at knocking down walls. It brought television and print and messaging and even office work together onto one device, and you stop thinking about so many divisions. Well, the same sort of DNA suggests that we knock down some other dividers that we have in our life. Our consumers are actually already ahead of us on this. They think less about what does a phone do, what does a tablet do. They all do whatever they want, wherever they have it, when they want to. I think it's time, and this is heretic, but I think it's time to say mobile first as the bullseye, and then build other programs around it. Now that doesn't always fit, and that's really going out there. But we still think currently in terms of either digital first, traditional web, or television, and then we tend to have a mobile adjunct all the time on things. But our consumers are starting to behave differently than that. Mobile is very much the center of their experience, and often it radiates out to television. It radiates, especially to a television on the wall. That's becoming an adjunct device in many cases. It radiates out to the computer browser. I use that sometimes when I really have to get a big screen or do some video editing or play a big game. But they often start and home on mobile. So I don't think it's too soon to say we need to think the same way and to think less about those divisions. So yes, if you're looking today at a program and you have to put it into little buckets, at least make the main one mobile today. Try that. See how that changes your thinking. But more importantly, try and knock down a lot of those channel divisions because otherwise you risk being behind the users very soon. Many of them are already ahead of you on that. I have 4 criteria that I look at when I judge a technology. It doesn't matter if it's hardware, software, service, doesn't matter. First of all, is it transparent? So when you're using it, are you kind of not aware that you're using technology? Second, is it intuitive? Is it easy to figure out how to use it, but also easy to figure out why I should use it? Because you've got about a second these days to get someone to decide, yes, interact with me. And after that, is it intimate? We have so much data about users, but we're starting to get data about where they're going, not just where they've been. And that starts to know them so well, it's an intimacy relationship, not just a targeting relationship. And fourth, I look for, is it constant? Is it available everywhere on all devices fairly well? Because consumers now want everything everywhere, and they've gotten used to it. They've always wanted it. Now they're getting used to it actually happening because, again, mobile very much sort of started that. I can do just about anything I want to do on just about any screen I can get in front of, and that's constant. Here are 2 or 3 things I'm watching that are frankly wobblers. First of all, the wearable devices, which is smartwatches or fitness bands in the 2 broad categories. One or the other I think is going to be a hit. If the smartwatch is a hit, it may eat the fitness band because it can subsume those functions into the watch. So there's one interesting battle there. Another one is the glassware technology. Google Glass we think of, but we hear about Microsoft and other companies coming up with models very soon. That has a lot of sociological sort of pressures around it. How do we feel about wearing technical glasses? How do I feel about you wearing them and having a camera staring at me all the time? So that's very interesting, as well as will they be really good utilitarian devices? And another area to watch is this whole area of connected car technology. And by that I mean infotainment in the car from the cloud. I think that that's going to be a major hit. It's already starting. But there's a lot of regulatory and safety sort of pullback looming ahead as it becomes more common. And then an adjunct of that is the self-driving or semi-self-driving car, which is not so much a media story, but it does free up the driver to become a media consumer for millions of hours every month, millions of user hours that we can't capture right now. So that's an interesting story for the media space.